Hey, Ke'Shawn, can you describe sort of in the huddle in that game-winning touchdown situation? Just kind of, did you feel like the ball was going to come your way, and what was that moment like? I mean, you obviously had to run through somebody to get in the end zone.
It's kind of just being ready at all times, expecting the ball every play. Um, I know that certain route they like them ran full speed, so getting out, making sure I can stretch out the defense, and then, like I said, expecting the ball at all times. Then I knew I had to get in the end zone. It wasn't no going out on a one. It was get the touchdown.
For sure. And the start to your season, I mean, you came into training camp obviously a little bit late. They added some running backs. I mean, how hard was it for you to be patient, knowing that that your time is going to come, that they would need you?
For the most part, I was kind of just sitting back, kind of taking it in, taking advantage of not just being thrown in the fire ASAP. When I was at Illinois, the situation was kind of similar, so I was able to kind of use the skills I learned during that time, kind of here, just staying patient, taking advantage of being able to practice and I play, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
To kind of work on my craft at practice.
thanks.
All right, next up is going to be Greg Allman.
Hey, Keyshawn, just want to ask you how much it helps you to have game reps now. I know you'd waited. I got to play special teams against Carolina, but just what it does to have been in there, had a couple plays here and there where you know what they expect, knowing you might have a bigger role moving forward.
Getting them game reps kind of just helped me figure out the tempo of the NFL, game speed, knowing how fast stuff moves. I say that's the biggest difference. Just the game speed. That's just something that you won't get at practice. You only get that during the game. So that's the best thing.
And going back to July to training camp, Coach Aaron just talked about how tough it was for you to miss time early on. Obviously, just want to ask you, as much as you're comfortable sharing, just what your experience was with COVID. How hard this was for you at a time where you're trying to get ready for your first NFL season.
I say just it was kind of mental, especially the little self quarantine thing that isolation for 10 days. Guys just make sure I was staying in the playbook. They were sending me over installs to keep me involved in the offense and learning my plays and everything. So when I got back, I knew everything as far as plays and all that. It just catching up my body was the hardest thing.
Thanks, Keisha.
All right, next is going to be Scott Reynolds.
Hey, Keyshawn, I'm sure last year in college you probably didn't envision catching your first NFL touchdown pass from Tom Brady. But what was that moment like for you? Not just getting your first NFL score, but from the guy who threw the ball to you.
I just say it's a great feeling. Like Tom Brady is just somebody I watched growing up. Well, he's 43. I'm 23. He got 20 years on me. So I was able to watch him grow up. I was able to watch him growing up. Then it's Tom Brady, 6 rings. Been to the highest level multiple times, and then having him throw me my first touchdown. It's just getting no better than that. Not a lot of people can say that, so I got that advantage.
Thanks, Keyshawn. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, next is going to be Jenna Lane.
Hey, Keyshawn, congratulations on the touchdown. What did Tom say anything to you after that when you caught that touchdown pass? That was such an important part of the game.
He was just like, "I love you, Sneak." I feel like I gained a little bit of his trust, catching that ball when it meant the most. Kind of help put us in the lead, help us sell the game off, and I just feel like I gained his trust a lot with those little plays that I did make.
With you got kind of a delayed start with him as far as earning that trust because you were out. At what moment did it go from Tom being the guy that you looked up to so much growing up to the guy that he is now, where he's your teammate? And when did he start calling you Sneak?
Recently, kind of when I first got here, I kind of told everybody I like to be called Sneak instead of Ke'Shawn. And that just kind of done went around the facility. But kind of transitioning from looking at him as like this superstar, this 6 times championship player to more of my teammate, it came kind of quick. Knowing his expectations for everybody, he always talks about what he want, and then knowing that to get on the field, he gotta be able to trust you. So if he ain't trusting you, ain't touching the field. So I knew I had to kind of start stepping up my game.
Thank you.
All right, next we're going to go Ed and Cena.
Hey, Snake. You talk a little bit about, waiting your time a little bit, and how you had to do that before in college. What you did have in college is had a running back room with these kind of guys, whether it's Shady, whether it's, Fournette or Rojo. I mean, what have you learned from being in that room with some of those guys? You have some experience, what have you kind of taken away from that?
Just been in this room around like so many guys who got experience. You get to see how they work, how they approach the game, how they study. Kind of just sitting back and watching them. Shady put me up on a lot of game that rookies wouldn't know. Leonard do the same thing, and also Rowe do. And I feel like as a room, everybody's supportive of one another. I feel like it's a great room, really, to be around, especially rookie year, not having to come in and to be thrown right in the fire, especially under the little COVID thing. But just being able to sit back, watch them work, watch them how they approach the game, that kind of helped me. And then it let me know what to do, what not to do as I get older.
Thanks, man.
All right, we have time for a couple more. We're going to go over to Luke Easterling.
Hey, Sneak, when we talked to Tom maybe last week or the week before, he mentioned that from his own experience, that next man up mentality where if a guy goes down and you get your shot, if you execute and you make plays, that guy may not ever see his job again. You may be able to take on a bigger role, and that's how he got his chance to become the player he is. Is that kind of your mentality? And do you see, players like him as an example to where if you get your shot and you do the things you did on Sunday, taking advantage and getting into the end zone and making those plays, you can create for yourself a bigger role outside of your circumstances?
I do agree totally. That's just part of being patient, waiting your turn. It's always next man up mentality. But yeah, not only that, but you got to make sure you're prepared. You've been studying. You've been working all week for that moment. Because that moment it probably wouldn't have came yesterday. It probably would have came 2-3 weeks down the road. But I've always been prepared, always been studying my plays, and I was ready for the moment.
And then obviously, in practice, you guys get to go against a very talented defense, especially in the front seven, a lot of veterans, guys that have been to the Pro Bowl. How much does that give you confidence on Sundays that you've been prepared by some of the league's best to go out and play against your competition?
Just when I'm doing scout team reps against the ones, defense, I'm getting able to get on my tracks right, knowing I'm looking for as far as when I'm running the ball, looking for holes, and then also just catching passes. I make sure that I'm big on that. I want to catch everything, so that'd be my main focus at practice and just working.
Thanks.
We have time for 2 more questions. We're going to go with one from Greg Allman and then one from Jenna Lane.
Hey, tell us how far back the nickname Sneak goes. Is that college? Is that high school? Who first called you Sneak?
That's a childhood nickname that my dad gave me. I asked him why he called me that. He said because he used to catch me like sneaking the snacks out the cabinet and stuff late at night. And I kind of understand because I still go downstairs late nights and give me a little snack or something to drink sometimes. So I understand why.
So it still sticks. That's good. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, last one's from Jenna Lane here.
Oh gosh, see, now I've got two questions now. First, I need to know what is the snack of choice? And also, how long did it take you physically to feel finally back after going through COVID?
First, the choice of snack. I switch it up sometimes, but for the most part, I like oatmeal pies. That's
Oh.
that's one of my favorite. And then, you said how
The
long
little
did it
Debbie
take?
ones?
You said
The
what?
the little Debbie ones?
Yeah, the little Debbie cakes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay.
And you asked how long it take for me to get back
Yeah,
after.
yeah, physically. Like when did you start feeling 100% again?
I say like halfway through camp. I say camp even started slow for me. That was a rough start, but I say like halfway through camp I started getting my mojo back. So probably when I came back to halfway through camp, I was in slow motion, but then slowly I started picking it up.
Thank you.
All right, that'll be all for today. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.